Quote, investors are starting to get excited about silver again, and that is one of the reasons why I think we may see $36 silver soon. I'll explain why I think that in this video as we explore. For those of you who have been following this channel for any length of time, I don't say that lightly. However, I have made a prediction for this year of $36 silver. In fact, every single year since I've started doing year-end predictions, starting in 2020, I have been overall bullish on silver and have only been right about it 1 year, and that was last year. Actually, I think it was the year before that. But anyways, that was only 9 cents away from being right about it last year. Nonetheless, I do feel that we are going to see silver get to $36 by the end of this year. But I think it may happen even sooner than that, according to some of what I'm seeing out there, not only anecdotally, but in terms of the press. There's a piece here that talks about silver enjoying sort of a stealth bull run as gold is grabbing the headlines from proactive investors. It's an organization out of the United Kingdom. But in these times, silver is a crucial metal in so many different ways. It's got over 10,000 uses, and I believe in it. I'm still buying it. And my friends over at Summit Metals, they have great deals on silver right now, so check them out. They have a really great service, very personable folks over there. Yes, they are the channel sponsor, but I only want to just mention their name here just to put it on your radar when you're shopping around for precious metals again. You might be surprised at the low prices they give you. They're one of the fastest growing bullion companies out there now, and I'm proud to be associated with them because they do not want us to be buying out of fear or to make a purchase without some level of understanding about precious metals. And so we align very closely together in that regard. I am still buying silver. In fact, this 20-ounce Scottsdale bar, I bought from them a while ago. But very recently, I also bought from a local coin shop. This is one piece that I bought here. Just thought this was kind of cool. They had a really good deal on it. I love these 2-ounce chunky pieces from the Royal Canadian Mint. It is the Kraken from 2020. And for those of you who know exactly what significance this holds with regards to a certain situation that caused a lot of people to get in trouble on this platform, post the name of the person who said that Kraken will be unleashed in the comments section below. Post the name of that individual with nothing else, as I don't want to get you in trouble either, because it would still get us in trouble even just mentioning it. But take a look at that Kraken. Unleash the Kraken. Yes, indeed. And, as something else that we've got, is the bull and bear market for silver. And this is another piece that I got fairly recently. That's the thing about silver. It really is something that just fluctuates. It's a volatile metal, but I believe in it. And I got another piece of silver I'm going to show you here later on by the end of the video that I got from a local coin shop as well, because I still believe in the metal, but I also like to be as realistic about it as possible. So let's get into what's happening here as we're seeing gold prices get very close to $3,000 per ounce. As I record this video, the Asian markets are opening, and they're showing some resistance for $3,000 gold and $34 silver. It's right on the cusp for both metals for those numbers, those magical numbers of 3,000 for gold and $34 for silver. While the price of gold has made plenty of headlines in recent months, silver's progress has gone under the radar, and the sector's experts suggest it may do better than gold. In fact, usually it does in the past, but of course with the gold to silver ratio trading just below 89-1 right now, a lot of people feel that silver's price is suppressed and it should do a lot better, but that's a whole nother conversation. It is essentially riding the coattails of gold, and if gold continues to go up, and I think it's going to hit $3,000, then I think it's going to pull along silver with it, and silver could outperform it. much like what we've been seeing here recently, as it's knocked down the gold to silver ratio by 2 ounces just within the last week. Silver hit a high of about $34.50 back towards the end of October and early November. In fact, I remember the actual peak, which was $34.91, and after retreating has climbed back up now to right at $34, or just under it right now. In fact, it's $33.97 as I record this video. Who knows what it's going to be by the time you see this video. Silver has enjoyed a stealth bull market, according to Adrian Ash, Director of Research at Metals Marketplace Bullion Vault, as supply of the metal has lagged demand for, he's saying here, 7 years running, but I think the official numbers are about 4 from the Metals Focus, which does all the data reporting for the Silver Institute. Experts at Sharps Pixley in their monthly report said silver is well placed to outperform gold, especially if industrial production starts to increase, which it may do as China stimulates its economy and Europe boosts military spending. The military angle is something that we've been talking about for a while on this channel and others as well. And that is sort of the hidden factor because no one really knows how much silver is used for military applications. So it's sort of a hidden ghost in that regard. But we know that there's a lot of silver that is used in industry, and some of that in science and technology and the biomedical field is either recession resistant or recession proof. And some people feel that we're going to be on the cusp of a recession when the numbers come out next quarter, as the Atlanta Fed has reported a negative GDP growth. We see one more quarter of that. That means we are in a technical recession. And there is fear that inflation, though down a bit, will be persistent. And that, along with a chance of recession and employment numbers waning a bit, that could lead us into a mini stagflationary situation, which is fairly scary. Now, they noted that the gold to silver ratio, referring to the amount of silver required to purchase an ounce of gold, is again right around 88 to 1, with a drop in the ratio favoring silver. Silver's highs have come under the radar for 2 reasons. First, silver has set fresh records alongside the U.S. dollar, leaving headline writers to miss its new highs in terms of other currencies, including the pound. And that is true. We've reported that on this channel, that silver really has reached all-time highs in other currencies like the British pound, the Australian dollar, and a handful of other nations. And the second thing is, rather than shooting the lights out like gold has over the past 12 months, the price of silver has risen to new annual and month average records without hitting fresh daily highs. So that's a good case for silver to continue to climb. On an annual average basis, silver priced in a British pound rose 17.6% in 2024 to set new all-time high of about 22.1 pounds per ounce. And the underlying uptrend rising again to an average of 25 pounds per ounce since the start of January. Silver in 2025 is set to show a deficit of new supply versus demand for, he's saying, the 7th year in a row, but I have not seen any evidence to that effect. The gap is being driven by record industrial and technological uses, which accounts for almost 60% of silver's annual demand, running from electrics and electronics to brazing alloys, the defense sector, the chemicals industry, and the solar industry, although some of that could be peaking. And the China situation is volatile. We really don't know what's going to happen there. Their economy is not doing the best right now, and that could hurt silver. And I've reported on that as well, too. There's mixed reports out of China, so keep that in mind, too. The contrast with less than 10% of the productive uses for gold. We think about that for between 56 and 60% is industrial for silver. And some of the miners are also seeing some good uptick in prices and things, but about 75% of all silver production is mined as a byproduct of other metals, which cost a lot less with all-in sustaining cost than silver as a primary metal, which only accounts for about 25% of the silver that's mined. So there is a lot hinging on silver, and especially with what they're saying that could be in Poland, a whole heck of a lot of silver reserves found there. How long will it take to mine that, to explore it? All these different sectors. Mining production has come back, scaled back a little bit. Could that continue to happen? I don't know. We'll see here. If silver does put on further gains, then Fresnillo could benefit, since it's the world's largest silver miner, although extracting precious metals from a mine is never as simple as it sounds, especially for silver as a primary silver mining aspect. Changes to Mexico's mining laws are one complication, and given reduced lifetimes for concessions, permits, and focus on specific minerals and not just whole areas, and stricter environmental requirements. And so there's a lot of factors that come into play there. So we'll see how it plays out. But nonetheless, I do think, and I'm hopeful that we could get there soon, if we start to see gold break through $3,000 an ounce. And it's showing some pretty strong resistance right now. But if we see that happen, and we see silver move and continue to move up above $34 an ounce, because remember, there was some resistance at $33.50, and then $33.75 and $33.85 in that range. We're past both of those. And now how high and for how long is really what matters here. And I think sustainability of those prices to solidify potentially a new floor, a new support level at $33 to $34 is going to push us to $35. We see gold move past resistance at $3,000 and continue to move up to to $30,050 or $3,100 an ounce. I think silver could catch up very quickly and maybe get to $36 at that point. So I'm hopeful. We'll see what happens here. I'm cautiously optimistic here, folks, that it could happen soon. And all of that on the back of uncertainty with regards to tariffs. I think we're going to see uncertainty, a back and forth, a saber rattling of sorts between the Trump administration and the United States in general and other countries, individual countries, with what their reactions to reciprocal tariffs are going to be. I think that's going to take a couple of months to sort out, which means volatility and possibly to the upside mostly with silver's price. We could see that $36 an ounce, maybe even within a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month. Somewhere between now and a month, I think we may see it. Could be wrong. Don't ever make any decisions on buying based off of what I'm saying here. It's speculation on my part and just a semi-educated guess here, looking at the markets and understanding the psychology of the markets here. Let me know what your thoughts are. And of course, one thing that we have to keep into account, by the time you see this video, silver could be smashed right back down again, because after all, you're watching this video on a Friday, and you know what happens on Friday usually, the big silver smackdown. So if that's happening, well, I'm acknowledging it now. If not, well, then there you go. You have to account for the two different scenarios here. Nonetheless, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Hope you found this video informative, insightful, and educational. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch. You thought I forgot, and I did. This is an addendum. The coin I got was another Walking Liberty $50. I really believe in constitutional silver. It's one of the cheapest types of silver to get right now. Thankfully, my local coin shop allows me to hand pick out of a selection, and so I picked a fairly nice, decent $50 here to add to the stack. Yes, indeed. Let me know what your thoughts are about this coin in the comment section below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for watching.